Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Monday, May 14th, 2012. There's a ton to cover. Let's get right into the charts here. We'll start off with the S&P 500 E-mini futures, which are trading lower by about 10.5 points right now, right to around the 1339.50, 1339 and a quarter level. Pretty good little decline here to start the day. As you know, when the market is down, futures are down, it means the US dollar index is trading higher. And right now, the US dollar index is trading higher. Take a look here at the US dollar index futures, having a pretty decent move. If you go back and take a look, you'll see they've been up for quite a while, really just trending at the upper range, trading higher right now by about 27 cents. So futures are high on the dollar, and that means the futures are lower on the market. S&P futures being down right now by about 10.5 points at the moment. So we're going to have to watch that dollar. If that dollar moves higher later today, expect those futures to go lower. If the dollar starts to pull back, expect for the markets to inflate and catch a bit higher. That's usually what we see. This morning, a couple of other things to go over real quick. One thing is gold. Gold is getting crushed this morning, down $22 on the spot to a 15.62 per ounce. Take here a look at the GLD. You'll see the GLD trading at 151.75. That's a pretty decent decline. Closed at 153.56 on Friday afternoon. So gold is down sharply this morning. The same goes for oil. Oil is down sharply as well. We're trading now at 35.72 on the USO. The USO closed at 36.26 per barrel on Friday. This morning, spot crude, light sweet crude, is trading down $1.70 to 94.43 per barrel. That is another pretty big decline. I guess it's around 1.75%. And then you have gold down about 1.5%. So remember, when the dollar is stronger, everything will deflate, and that's what's happening. You're seeing all the leading commodities deflate this morning. Stocks that are trading lower today, Freeport-McMoRan, that should be trading lower, and it is. BHP Billiton, anything in that metal space, commodity space, all trading lower. Rio Tinto, all trading lower. Cleveland Cliffs, ticker symbol CLF. This is another one trading lower. So anything in that base metal, industrial metal area should be getting hit this morning, and it is. And basically, you have the dollar trading up, and the markets will be trading down. That's the bottom line. That's how it seems to work. It's been like that for years now. I guess we're going on 10 years where we have this inverse relationship to the US dollar index. And again, that is continuing. Now, there are a few things to cover in the market as far as stocks, but I don't see anything major out there in the stock world. You want to watch the Chinese ADRs. They're going to be a little bit on the weaker side today, so watch stocks like Baidu, Sina Corp. They could start out a little bit weak. Last night you did have some news coming out of China, and it looks like the Chinese market, which really is very probably the most important of all the Asian markets, finished down 0.6%. That's not a bad decline. It's not that it's down that much, but it's down after China, believe it or not, cut bank reserve requirements by 50 basis points. So when that happens and the market still falls, there's a real negative out there. You also have Spain and Greece. Greece is trying to form a government. I don't know what's going to get done there, but ultimately they're going to have to go back to. They're going to ultimately break apart of the euro, the European Union. At least that's what my logic is. You also have Spanish Treasury auction. It looks like they were able to pull off an auction, but nonetheless, it wasn't pretty. Yields went up. Also, Italian yields also increased after their auction as well. So there's a lot going on out here. You got to be careful. Italy and Spain are falling apart at the seams. If you take a look at the European markets this morning, you have Italy down by 3%. You have Spain down by 2.3%. German DAX is down over 2%. French CAC 40 is down 2.16%. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, England, which is the FTSE 100, they can print their own currency and have their own quantitative easing going on at the moment. I believe they're down basically 2% as well. So we're looking at 2% declines in Europe. That is very, very tough for the markets to climb that wall of worry, at least today. And you have the U.S. Well, I should say the S&P 500 E-mini futures down about 11 points at the moment. So it's a pretty nasty decline. Let's take a look at a couple stocks in the news. Chesapeake Energy. Again, I know a lot of you come over and to watch this video for trade setups, but sometimes they're just not there, and we just have to be patient. This stock is catching a bid on the back of some news that Carl Icahn is buying into Chesapeake Energy. How true is it? I have no idea, but I just did see that headline. The stock's trading up a little bit, but this is a broken name. You got to be very, very careful with Chesapeake. Outside of short-term bounces, I don't know if there's really a big reason to own this stock. But again, watch for tradable levels. I don't see anything that I would be interested in this morning, to be honest. Again, I don't even know if it's a rumor or if it's true. This is the start of options expiration. Options expiration will be on Friday. You're going to hear a lot of rumors going into Friday. Another stock that is trading down this morning is Ancestry.com. I'm sure you've seen the commercials for these Ancestry. Find out who your relatives were from a few hundred years ago. Again, it looks like NBC dropped the news program that they were doing, or the infomercial. I'm not sure what it was. But either way, this stock is trading down to $22.45. There is some support here. The next move lower on this stock is going to be all the way down to, I believe, around 21 bucks, maybe 20.75. There'll be a little bit more support there. So the stock could have a quick little bounce around 20.75, but that's about it. Breaks through there, it's going to 20 bucks, and then respectively lower. But right now, you got to give it a little benefit of the doubt around 22.50, 22.40, and then all the way down to $21, 20.75. There could be a little bit of a bounce in there, but be very careful with this thing, as it is getting hit pretty hard today, and the markets are down. When the markets are down and the stock is weak, it's always important to remember that stock can always be driven lower, because the wind at its sails is pointing downward, and that's sometimes how it plays out. We also have JP Morgan in the news again today. The stock right now is holding 36.77. Believe it or not, this is below its 200-day moving average on the daily chart. So watch for a little bit of support. I'm going to say around 35.75. I don't even know if that will hold up. The next big spot for JPM intraday is going to be all the way down to $33. So you got to watch that level if this stock starts to really sell off. Do not be surprised to see this thing get down to 33 bucks. There could be an intraday bounce around that level. That's going to be the next important spot for JPM around, well, you're going to have two spots. You're going to have this 35 area, and then it's going to be all the way down to around $33. So JPM definitely under pressure again today. I know a lot of people have said they stepped up and bought it, but they're losing money. That's the bottom line. You don't want to get in front of a stock that just came out with that kind of news and sold off on that kind of volume. The snapback is not going to be very good. JPM right now will be, a down stock for a while, in my opinion. All right, let's take a look at the futures one more time. We're now down 12.5 points. As the dollar rises, that's all you have to see. If you take a look here at the U.S. dollar index, you're going to see the dollar just popped again. Dollar moves up, market moves down. Now, the big question is, every day we see the dollar fade around 9:30, 10 o'clock. Will that happen again? If that happens, yeah, markets probably will inflate higher and trade back up. Again, I don't think they'll erase this deficit today, but you never know what can happen if the dollar really plummets, and you never know what these central bankers are going to say or do, or if we hear QE3 rumors. Just to remember, it's options expiration on Friday. This week you're going to hear all sorts of rumors. There's going to be a lot of game playing by the institutions, and that's what takes place each and every month. As I like to call it, this is the real Shark Week. All right, everybody, I know there wasn't that many stocks out there, but this is just the way it is sometimes, and we'll see where we go. Want to wish everybody a great trading day, and we'll see you on the charts tomorrow morning. Take care, everyone.